Hi everyone, it's Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils, and I thought I'd show you a quick demo with the beautiful Snowflake Stencil. Sorry for the glare of the lights, and using the Snowflake die as well in conjunction. You don't have to, the Snowflake die itself looks just as pretty, just die cut out on its own. So it is a really detailed die. We do say run it through about 2 or 3 times so that you get all the little snaggy bits cut. But here you go, let's show you. So as always, let me take off my trio. So for this stencil demonstration, what we're going to be using is Snowflake Stencil SP1 306, which is one of our new stencils, and also the Snowflake Buddy Die, which is SPD 128. And I might get to use, I don't know yet, the little holly trio die. It's a little set of hollies. It's a really useful die to have. It's an accent die, and it's well worth using, and that's SPD 126. And if you're watching a Hochanda show, then you would have seen me using it quite a bit. So with our magnetic sheet, and I'm going to pop this on, so making sure the camera gets it in, lovely. And with your die, I feel myself there's a right and a wrong way to use it. So for one, you've got to always have the writing upwards, facing upwards. That's really important, otherwise your die won't fit over. If you use it this way, where you've got your 2 points up, when you come down you're going to hit this middle section and it'll dig in and take off. So what you need to do is, if I can lift it up off the magnetic sheet, pop it on, and where your single points are, use it from there. So what will happen is when you come down, it will balance right the way through. I hope that makes sense for you. So our beautiful stencil tape. So my bottom, I've got a bowl of water as well by the side of me, so that all I can do is I'll just quickly drop it in, and then I can wash it with a nail brush. It's very fragile around the centre points, but if we put bridges on it, it will start changing the design. So if we tell you it's fragile, you know it's fragile, and need to look after it. I've got a little buckle that might have been cutting it. I'm just going to turn it that way. Lovely. Okay, let's work with it. Okay, right, so I'm coming this way with it. I'm using our stencil dimensions, our glossy white, and this is our crisp titanium white. And then I'm using our beautiful satin glitters. This is our light blue, and it's SPG 327204S. But just have a little look on the glitter, Sweet Poppy glitter section, and you'll see all the beautiful baby light blue light colours there. And they are an iridescent glitter and translucent, so it means that any colour underneath is going to come up and be shown. So with our spreader, 45-degree angle, hands together, you're not pushing down, you're pulling towards you. So we're on, up, back into your pot, you've not hurt it, gentle, up, back into your pot again. Straight into the bowl of water with your tools, or if you've got a wet cloth, wipe them through, and then pop your lid on. Really important with your stencil medium is just making sure that after you've finished your projects, just give it a clean around the top of the pots, because what will happen is you'll get bits in it, and when you try and clean it off, you may get some that will fall inside. That creates lumps and bumps, which is a bit of a nightmare if you're after a really smooth finish. So we're going up and we're off. That again, that's going straight into my water. Lovely. And I'm taking my final off. So I'm going with my copy paper. So, and then I don't know if you can see my image, and it is, if I leave that, that's crisp glossy white. Sorry, it's a little bit hard. There you go, you can see there. Now, all we're doing is immediately, so you've got your glitters ready. You haven't got time to go and have a little rummage in your cupboards. You've got a glitter straight away. What you can also do is you could sprinkle embossing powders, microbeads, anything ultra fine. Glass microbeads, what you mustn't do is you mustn't die cut after, because they'll crush and they'll damage your plates. So I don't know if you can see, it's a real faint. It's beautiful. I love this. It's so soft and subtle. It's a real soft baby blue colour. So pop that to one side. Pop this, because there's no waste, and you've got loads and loads. It will last you such a long time, this glitter. As you can see, we almost overfill the pots. There we go. So these are 20ml pots, and it's between 15 to 18 grams, I think, in the pots, but they're 20 mils, and they're really crammed full. So lid back on. So what you'll do is you will prep all your bases, really important. So pop that to one side. Drying time, I would leave a couple of hours, especially if you're die cutting. If you weren't die cutting it, then that's fine. So important, when you're die cutting, this is one I prepped earlier. As you can see, this is silver, so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, I would give it a brush to clean it off, get rid of any residue. And your die, what happens with your die is you've used embossing medium, so your stencil will literally slot over. Okay, when you run it through, I would run it through about 3 times. So whiz it through, back, and then that will happily cut out. Do not throw your waste away. Okay, I'll show you a little trick with that. So here's my base card. Okay, so what I've done is I've got some beautiful basil stock that I've had for years, since I had the shop years and years ago. It's my secret stash, my precious stash. I have just splattered with a white Posca pen, and all I've done is just gently tapped it over. Be careful, because you can splatter everything. I've got my insert, so I've got my Noel, and this has come from one of our stamp sets called Noel, and it's got some really beautiful Christmas sentiments and fabulous little snowflakes on there as well, which are brilliant for accents. So let's pop this on. So my 8x8 base, I'm taking off. So I've prepped a lot of this because this was one of the demos we didn't get to really show properly on Hochanda. So, and thank you for everybody for tuning in and spending. It went a little bit crazy, so as promised, here are some of the demos for you. Right, okay, if my eyes don't deceive me, I might have that straightish. So, this is my beautiful, beautiful little snowflake, but it is 2 layers. So what I've done is I have just cut out another base on white cardstock, applied that to make it a real nice chunky. Okay, so we're going to pop it onto our card. So using, and I actually want some of it to be a little bit loose, I think, just so that it gives you a little bit more dimension. So I'm just applying some of the glue. Hold on. Let me just make sure I've actually picked up my glue and not my liquid pearls. I think it might be my liquid pearls. Let's just do a double check. Lovely. Okay. we go. I've decanted my PVA glue into a little fine applicator. I just find it so useful. Which way do I want this to go? Do I want it that way? I think I quite like it that way, so I'm gonna just pop it on, line it up by eye-ish, and then gently, let's lift that up. Yeah, that looks quite good. So gently adhere it. Keep my sentiment. Again, I've used the matching colours, and I think I'll have a nice pearl. I'll have to use my fingers because the one tool I haven't pulled out is my tweezers. You think you're all prepared and then you realise that you've forgotten something. There we go. I quite like a pearl instead of a gem. Lovely. So we're going, yeah, I think we'll have him that way. So for our little insert, and it just makes, you know, you can do so much prepping the day before, and then you can just do all your die cuts and then mat and layer. And I'll show you very quickly as well why not to throw your waste away. So squaring it up, that looks quite good. And as I said, if I'd cut out my little trios, I would have probably put a little trio up there. So use my little holly trio up there. But I haven't got any to hand, but that's fine, that's fine. So, this is my waist. So all you would do is, every time you've got a waist, keep them, and then just mat and layer. I think I've got 2 together here, just to make it a little bit sturdier. So leave that one there. Let me see if I can find a bit of colour background. So if you matted and layered that onto, you know, a back of a card, you have got a 2-for-1. It is just brilliant. So do not throw, whatever you do, do not throw your waste away. Use that as one of your Christmas cards as well. So I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. As you can see, I'll post the image up on Facebook, but thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the demonstration.